Hey all, welcome back. So today I'm going to talk about customer experience, and if you follow me or if you have uh, watched any of my videos, you kind of know I'm big in customer experience. And what does customer experience mean? So I want to highlight a story, something that happened in my real life last year, which is with Carvana. And if you're not sure what Carvana is basically you can through Carvana.com you can buy used car online, right? You cannot buy brand new cars online just because of the laws here in the US and whatnot. I'm not going to get into that, but Carvana is something I've used in the past, and I'm going to highlight. Actually, now I've used it twice. So here's a quick story. Last September 2020, late last September, on a Sunday morning, me and my wife, we go online and we start looking for Carvana and see what's there in terms of cars. Again, sometimes, we just how people do window shopping or people just look at things. We were just doing it. We are not in the market to buy any new car. We are just like, let's check it out, what they have. And boom, comes up this 2020 BMW X5, near brand new, right? It has like 5,000 miles. We saw it. It was just purchased at the early 2020, and then I think the pandemic hit. Whoever got it returned it back to the dealership, and the dealership sold it to Carvana, and Carvana is now listing it for sale. And I was like, let's check the price online for a brand new 2020 BMW X5, and we realized that the price listed on Carvana is about $7,000 cheaper. So we were like, let's get it, right? Let's get it. And then the next thing we do, we click the purchase button, and then within I think I would say 2 hours, we got the car, right? And by why it took 2 hours from clicking the purchase button to completing the thing is we had to upload driver's license information, we had to upload the images, we have to upload the insurance as well as our existing car information, go through financing, things like that. But all process took 2 hours almost, and in between we took breaks and we went out back to our existing SUV, took the pictures, took the mileage, odometer, giving the VIN numbers, things like that. Now, let's back up and let's see what happened, and let's unpack why it happened. It's a big expense. I mean, if you look at a 2020 BMW X5, it's like about $60,000 or so, right? And making an impulsive buy. So what happened there is, number one, obviously we have purchased car from Carvana before, and we know probably we are paying a little bit on the top end, or maybe a little bit higher than probably if we were to go into a dealership and haggle. But I will tell you, the last time I went into a dealership about like 4 years ago, it was a super unpleasant experience. And it's unpleasant in the sense we were not haggling. I called the dealership. He said, do you have this car, which is a Prius I was buying? They said, yeah, we have it. How much is it? They said, give me the price. I'm like, okay, fine, I'm coming down. Right? I walked into the dealership and I told them, okay, I'm here for the Prius. I had to wait for the sales guy. He showed up and he started talking again, and he started again restart the whole process. And then he brought out the car and he was like, do you want to test drive? I was like, I don't need to test drive. I know what I want. Just give me the car. They were like, are you sure? I was like, absolutely, give me the car. Right? And yes, it might be crazy for you to think like that way, but I knew that I wanted a Prius, which was, I think, a 2017 Prius. I was like, just give it to me, right? And even then, from the time I said, give me the car, to the time we drove off the lot, it was like 4 hours just to do the paperwork, right? And these 4 hours, I was there with my wife and my kids, and basically, lunchtime came and go, and if you have small kids, this is the most torturous 4 hours of your lives. Being in a dealership, the kids don't want to be there. They want to be walking around. They are hungry. You need to feed them. You need to do all these things, and it just don't happen. Anyways, back to the Carvana story. 2 hours, and a couple of things. Obviously, Carvana has a very seamless experience, as well as the other thing that really played to the thing was the Carvana has this couple of things. They give you a 7-day guarantee, right? They buy the car, they bring it to you. You don't have to go you can go pick it up if you like, but they bring it to you to your doorstep on a truck, and you can keep the car. If you don't like it, you can send it back, or if you can keep the car and up to 7 days, and you can send it back to them, right? And we were doing a trade, so they told us, we were going to hold on to your trade. If you change your mind, we will bring that car back, as well as, we will pick this up. Nothing, no worries, no hassle, no nothing. The other thing was, and they brought it to our, I think, home in about like 7 days time or something like that. The other thing is worked, again, I should also touch on, is the BMW as a brand. I have owned BMWs, I've driven BMWs, I know how good the cars is, right? I didn't need to go test drive the car, right? With my eyes closed, I could tell you a BMW would perform very, very well, right? Again, that's where brand promise, brand matters, right? Because a BMW is a BMW, right? You're not gonna buy a BMW and see it's performing like a Toyota. Not that I'm dissing Toyota, but Toyotas perform very differently from BMWs, right? I have a Toyota Prius as well, right? So I know how they perform and I know how the build quality is. I can go into exact details and I can tell you a $20,000 Prius is very different from a $60,000 BMW X5, right? And I could just tell you with my eyes closed. I don't even have to drive it and compare it. And now that I own both of them, I can tell you how different it is. So BMW as a brand worked very well, but what really worked, Carvana, is like, that whole brand experience, the seamlessness. And I realized that, I don't have to deal with the bullshit of the dealership and all the haggling and all these things. And Carvana was very upfront. Here's what we're going to charge. Here's your interest rate. Get it. We're going to deliver it to you. If you don't like it, we're going to take it back to you. And when they came to drop the car, it was just like, sign a few paperwork and off you go, right? And of course, they verified your driver's license. So now you could be saying, what the hell does have to do with my business, Rashid? I am not Carvana. Absolutely right. But here's a lesson for everyone. Number one is you need to build a brand. Whether you're BMW, whether you're Carvana, you need to build a brand and make an example. Look what I'm doing right now. I'm promoting Carvana and BMW, right? By talking good things about them. Imagine, and kind of diss Toyota, right? Kinda. But, I'm not going to say a Toyota is a Toyota. You get what you pay for, right? Toyotas are made for economical. My Prius is amazing. I can get like up to 50 miles per gallon. It does its job. But it's not that like kind of car where, it's something you have to drive and you have to experience. Then you can only understand. But coming back, I'm talking about BMW, right? It's because of brand and experience. Imagine if I did have a very shitty experience, what I would be saying. I would be spreading out these shitty things. So where this is all going is you need to make sure you give your customers, whoever you work with, a very pleasant, positive experience, right? And if you say, Sajid, my God, I am charging like so less, how can I give my customers a positive experience? Then I guess maybe you need to up your rates or maybe figure out your deals, Maybe you shouldn't have agreed to that price, or maybe if that's the price you offered, maybe you should have offered a higher price, because you need to figure out how to give positive experience. Now, for Toyota's credit, I will tell you is for the price range that they sell, they do volume, right? They make money on volume. But even if you still go to a Toyota dealership for servicing, right? They will do their best to make it a positive experience. They have nicer waiting rooms. They have, TVs, they have couches, they have coffee machines. I do not know if they still have it or not during the pandemic, but before the pandemic, that's what they had. So they do the best they can in that market segment. So my point is figure out how can you deliver the maximum positive experience, customer experience in that market segment. Like I can talk about the other extreme, which is Warraby Parker, and maybe I will talk about it on another video. And I've already shared with you the other day, so check out that video. But I'm just saying, figure out what can you do to deliver the best positive experience and build a brand. Build a reputation. A reputation and brand is basically what I just talked about. BMW and Carvana is without them being present on this video, right? And that's how you create a good business, everlasting business, not by all these other things you can do, like putting flashy signs and things like that. That works, but unless you have the core, nothing else will work. So I hope this helps, this serves you. Until next time, take care, bye-bye.